Hey everybody. So it's hard to believe that I am now reporting on the penultimate day of the General Assembly. Like I said yesterday, this whole thing's flown by, and I can't even really describe yet what a wonderful experience it's been. So that's probably going to have to be another thing you'll have to wait a couple of months to ask me about. Anyway, our day started earlier than usual today. We started with Mass at 7 a.m. Today, Mass was celebrated by the Vatican City's Secretary of State, Cardinal Pietro Parolin. Maybe it was at 7 o'clock this morning because he's a busy man and that was the only time he could do it. But anyways, I woke up at 6:40 and I still made it down on time, so I started the day with a small victory. First up in today's meetings was a plenary session about strengthening the membership of Caritas. We started with a biblical spiritual reflection from Monsignor Burton, who I spoke about yesterday from Caritas Somalia and Caritas Djibouti. His big message was that we need to leave our comfort zones and go out from the church in order to interact with people. Then we had a representative from Caritas Slovenia talk about how they had adopted Caritas's new management standards into their organization. Then a rep from Caritas Bolivia talked about their organization's strengths and weaknesses so that we could all understand how we can help each other. And next we heard from South Sudan. Remember, this is Caritas's brand new member who spoke about the process that they went through to establish a Caritas in their country, but also the challenges that they're facing as a new organization and where they could use some support. We heard a report then from Caritas Namibia, who went into detail about how other Caritas organizations have helped them in the past. And then a similar report from Caritas Mongolia, which was started in 2000, but they actually considered 2010 a kind of rebirth for the organization because with the support of other Caritas member organizations, they were able to formulate clear policies and strategies in governments, whereas they didn't have these things before, so they felt that the organization was all over the place before 2010. Then we had a quick break and then came back to vote on the financial framework that was proposed the other day. The members approved an amendment about the amount of reserves that are kept each year by the Caritas Secretariat, but other than that, the members voted that the framework should be adopted as is. And then after that came actually an exciting surprise. I was sitting just talking to Josiane and Giulio, and then I heard someone call my name, and so I turned around, and it was Michel Roy, who is the Secretary General of the whole organization, so needless to say, I was a little surprised. So just to bookmark that for a second, the last time that I met with the youth group here, we had decided to send Monsieur Roy an email to propose the establishment of a working group, preferably made of youth members, who would formulate a plan for youth to be formally integrated into the framework of Caritas Internationalis. And so we decided that one of us should probably send it. I volunteered to take the ring to Mordor, and I did that yesterday. And today, Mr. Roy asked me, when he came up to me, if I'd like to read that email to the General Assembly to pitch the idea to them. So I said, sure, of course. And within seconds, I was up on the panel, and then I read it to everyone. And everyone applauded, thank God. And a lot of people, though, are actually really passionate about getting youth involved. I mentioned a couple of days ago that a lot of people actually come up to me and stop me and tell me how nice it is to see youth in attendance this year. So the response to our youth statement was actually really well received. And then people were invited to come up and make comment, which many people did. Again, giving full support to the idea, so that was nice. And then it was unanimously decided that this working group should be established, which was amazing. So we're all super happy about that, and hopefully the ball gets rolling on this really, really soon. Then we had a woman give a similar speech about integrating women into Caritas's framework and focus. Women, to be honest, seems to be a bit more of a sticky issue than youth. And so this process is probably going to end up being a bit more complex. But a lot of people, needless to say, especially women, are really eager to see women taking on more of a prominent role and even a leadership role within Caritas member organizations and the Caritas Confederate. So stay tuned about that too. And then that was it. Very simple. So we went for lunch and then we had the afternoon to ourselves, which was really nice. So tomorrow there's another full day of meetings, but I'll only be there for half of them because I have to head to the airport. But I will still keep you posted on what happens tomorrow morning, so I can still say a domani. Ciao.